improvements. What we're doing that. Wow, you almost look like you lost your arm on that one. Can I ask what that is?
No.
No. Okay.
Hello.
Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Totri.
There you are.
He is Shane Diefenbach.
Yes, I am.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You had a long morning.
Yeah. Last time I had a middle part like this, not really a middle part today, but last time I had I didn't wear a hat, basically. Joe took a week-long hiatus, so hopefully Joe doesn't leave us again.
Joe is in the chat. Let us know now.
I forget the comment he made, but he said sorry I was gone. I saw Shane with a middle part and had to take a break. Or had to take
You had to take a week off because you had a middle part?
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
What happens first? Joe enters the chat with you having a middle part, or JJ enters the chat and just says St. Meeks?
JJ.
You think JJ?
Yeah, I think before any of that,
The ACC collapses?
The ACC collapses.
Yeah, no, that's probably a likely scenario because the ACC might actually...
If the ACC was a house...
It would be made of sticks.
Okay, but what would it look like? Is it contemporary modern? Is it Gothic? Is it?
It's Gothic for sure.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. All those schools are they're more toward the East Coast.
Yeah, but I think the ACC looks like a homestead on a farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Guys, if you didn't know, the ACC could legitimately be going through some shit right now. If you didn't know.
Oh, it is legitimately going through
several
some shit right
ACC schools considering breaking their media rights deal that currently runs until 2036. Could result in schools leaving the ACC entirely or triggering some other moves in terms of conference realignment. We saw last year over the summer really what that was with USC and UCLA announcing kind of out of the blue, at least it felt like, that they were going to be leaving the Pac-12, not this season, but the following season. Right now, the schools that are in those discussions include Clemson, Florida State, Miami, North Carolina State, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. Zone in Arizona starting off the show hot. Shane and Anthony. I can't. Have you seen the regular show?
Yeah. Are you Mordecai or am I Mordecai?
I think you're Mordecai.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think? What do you think about, first off, these 7 schools potentially departing, and just really these conversations, because this is what I feel like we saw again last summer, the USC and UCLA thing in that situation. This feels different because everybody he's hearing about it now. We didn't know that USC and UCLA were going to leave until the day it happened. This is okay, they're legitimate discussions now.
Yeah, I mean it's a tale of as old as time. Not enough money. The revenue sharing model doesn't work, and they want to leave. The revenue sharing model isn't really going to work anywhere.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to want more money. Also, Alltex just got home from Arizona about an hour ago. Disappointed we didn't get to see him.
Disappointed we didn't get to see him?
Yeah.
Well, he's here. He's here in the chat.
That's fair.
He's vibing today. Look, there are 1,000,005 different ways that we could have this conversation regarding conference realignment. This is literally... I don't want to say it's the beginning of the end of the conferences really as we know them. I think the tip of that iceberg was kind of struck last summer with the LA schools.
I think the tip of the iceberg was when the Pac turned into the Pac-12.
Really, that long ago?
Because everyone got a taste. I mean, that wasn't the first time, but it was. No, you know what? It was Texas going to the SEC, Texas and Oklahoma going to the SEC.
Yeah, you're right. Look, when and again, I know that the Texas and Oklahoma thing that did happen a couple seasons ago, but for me, I don't want to say it was maybe more involved for us here because
sure.
it was the West Coast,
West Coast.
True. I feel like when the USC and the UCLA thing happened in the summer, and chat, let us know if you feel the same way. It was okay, every week the phone's ringing. Something okay, a new school, potentially the Arizona schools, Colorado. Okay, what about Utah? What about Washington? All these schools in the
Can
Pac.
I interest you in an Oregon State?
Ooh, potentially. You're going to have to throw in some cash considerations, maybe a beaver or two.
I'll throw in a beaver.
Okay, then yeah, I'll have my people call your
Dead,
people.
Though.
Dead beavers?
Yeah, because you can't transport a live beaver. That's just unethical.
Okay.
I feel like Clint is about to respond in the chat.
Go bees!
No, it's going to be go bees.
Sad face, dead beaver emoji.
Dead beaver emoji.
I think you're going to get the same thing here, right? Again, you've got some real powers in the ACC, a Clemson, a Florida State. I know they haven't been great recently when it comes to football, but Miami, you look at the basketball schools that are now in that conversation with a North Carolina. you are going to start getting the same conversations that we had last summer in the Pac-12. You're going to get them in the Big Ten. You're going to get them probably in the Big 12 of schools now looking like, okay, what is in our best interest, right? Because let's say that the ACC is the first conference to quote unquote die. You lose 7 schools of that magnitude, you're probably done, right? So whether those 7 schools all pick up and go to separate conferences, or they all decide and get an invite from one, which I think is the least likely option here. Like, you are certainly going to start having those conversations again about the Pac-12, right? And I think this heats up the conversation that happened last summer of like, okay, what is in the best interest for Arizona State if these conferences, specifically the Pac-12 and the ACC, start to collapse?
You asking me?
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't just talking to the void. Not
I didn't.
normally I do.
I thought it was a hypothetical.
Okay.
My whole thing with this is they're not going to leave unless they have somewhere to go, and it's going to be hard to find a place to go. Right now, they're just saying, "We're going to leave. Hey, we're going to leave," and then they're like looking off the edge, like, "Oh shit, that is steep."
It's like a kid that gets mad, like, at his parents, and he's too young. Yeah, he's too young to
down
actually.
The street and he sees like a gopher, and he's like,
Doesn't
"Holy
look.
fuck!"
Yeah, he's like, "Is it a dog? Is it a bear?
Bite me! I have to what? I have to forage.
There's nowhere to go. You're right. There is nowhere to go. But
I'm 7 years old. I can't forage for nuts and berries.
Is Ray Anderson a 7-year-old in this scenario? No. What is?
But Drake May is.
Okay. I don't think Drake May is looking for anywhere to go. UNC though, potentially. I think. Look, let's go over a couple scenarios here because there are some really fun scenarios to think about when this dropped yesterday, talking about UNC specifically as it relates to basketball. I think it would make the most sense if they were to actually leave to go to the Big 12, right? Join the basketball conference. You've already got Kansas there.
Bring back the
You've
Big
got
Sky.
Texas Tech there.
Give the Big East another chance.
Let's say then you have the conversation with Arizona of like, okay, those 2 schools, wherever they go, I think it is in our professional opinion that Arizona and Arizona State, if they were to depart, go together to keep that rivalry, whatever. You keep the Arizona market. I think that's in the best interest for whatever conference would to take those 2 schools. I still think to this day, whether it be for basketball or football, the Big 12 makes the most sense for the Arizona schools. Does it not?
The Big 12?
The Big 12.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I that's your only real option. Like, they're not going to the Big Ten. The Big Ten, if anything, the Big Ten's going to go get a school from the PNW.
And I don't think you want to go to the Big Ten.
I don't think anybody wants to be on the Big Ten.
The LA schools want to go to the Big Ten.
The LA schools are LA schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Cole brings it up at this point, stop beating around the bush and start negotiating with the Big 12. Look, these conversations are happening, but conversations with, what's that network called?
The CW?
The Food Network, yeah.
Dude, that would be awesome if ASU football was on Food Network.
We'll get right back to Martha Stewart, but for now,
dude,
ASU.
Don't even get me started. ASU football? What? You brought up Martha, not me.
About cooking.
Don't say that sweet lady's name in vain, okay?
I did not say it in vain. If I said it in vain, I'd be like, God bless Martha. If I stubbed my toe or something.
God bless Martha.
That'd be more of it.
So let's pawn off some of these schools.
Ooh.
UNC.
To the highest bidder? Can we do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
You and me. We are changing college football and college athletics as we speak right now.
Leah, can you auction off UNC right now?
All right.
Here we go.
Beginning. First up, we've got UNC.
$10,000.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
10,000. I hear 10,000.
I mean, 15,000.
15.
You don't have the facilities
20.
for that, big man.
20.
$1.6 million.
Oh, we got 1.6. We got 1.6. We got 1.6.
No football program.
1.6.
Tournament last year. You can have them at 1.6.
And sold to Shane Diefenbach for 1.6.
Bobby.
Where are they going? Where are you headed?
I'm taking them. I'm just keeping them.
You're just keeping it in your pocket. They're
like
not going to a conference.
The collector
from
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Gosh,
putting Drake.
So
May
UNC is an independent. That's what you're saying.
Caleb Love is getting taken back from Michigan.
No.
He's getting put into the. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, UNC independent. That would be interesting.
UNC. The only thing I could see would be the Big 12 and maybe the SEC, just because they are getting
better at basketball,
better at football.
Oh, UNC.
UNC's getting better at football, and the
$15
SEC.
billion.
Fuck.
Sold.
Sold to Zach Cassian. And the SEC is, turning into a powerhouse. They're not just getting better; they're turning into a powerhouse in basketball.
Okay, so who do they go with to the SEC? NC State, Miami, Florida State. Clemson makes the most sense to join the SEC.
Clemson makes the far and away the most sense.
Okay, so we say Clemson and UNC head to the SEC. Do you see any of those other schools out there?
Miami,
Florida State.
Maybe.
So who
because the college football is better when the U is good.
No, you're right, but I don't think going to the SEC makes them good.
No, it can. I mean, you increase revenue.
So you say
I don't know if they need any more money though.
Miami and then Florida State. Florida State probably makes the most sense to also join them. Right. You already got Florida in
what
the
number
SEC.
are we at with the SEC? How many teams are in the SEC right now?
So let's say we add 4.
Is that 16 now? Or are there already 16 in there? I think there's already.
Let me do some quick math here. You have got Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, LSU, Mississippi State, Missouri, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Vanderbilt. So you would go up to 18 schools if you add the schools that we
so there's 14 right now?
There's 14 now.
So they don't want to expand past 16.
So then you have to make the decision. Do you take Clemson and UNC or do you take Miami and Florida State?
Wait, this is without Texas and Oklahoma. They're already at 16. Yeah, that's not going to work.
If Clemson were available, I think they would add Clemson.
Yeah, but they've been pretty vocal saying they don't want to expand past 16 teams.
Yeah, but this is again, we are entering a new phase.
Oh,
of
is this like
college athletics?
8?
I don't even know if it's that far.
Dude, can I do it again? I do this every time.
You can do it again.
Can we go northwest, east, and south? My God, who cares? The big, the pack, the SWAC, the neck. It doesn't matter. Give us 4 conferences. There's a conference called the neck. Give us 4 conferences. Conferences don't mean anything. I mean, they aren't really fun because of conference tournaments and stuff. But
you know what's funny about all this is, wasn't it the ACC that just totally retooled the way that they do their football schedule now? Where it's like they play 3, like they will swap every season where they'll rotate, but they have 3 opponents that are going to stay the exact same every year.
Gross.
I think they're the ones that got rid of all that stuff this past season.
The only conference that should be kept is the MAC.
No.
Yes.
Why? I think it should be, they should just replace the FBS and the FCS. Absolutely.
What?
You heard me.
What does that mean?
They should just switch them around.
Why?
Why not?
That doesn't change anything.
Let's see. We've got a tweet about the Pac-12 now. I've got a Pac-12 tweet.
Poetry.
Pac-12 media deal timetable aligns with what Pat Ford heard earlier, which would leave some potential additions hanging and sustain the news vacuum that has been filled by all manner of speculation.
Sorry, I mean to hit you.
No, it's okay. You got excited about your UNC take. I got you. Yeah, we haven't even really touched on that in terms of the Pac-12, at least as of late. Like, they still should probably add some schools, whether that be a Boise State, a San Diego State, a Fresno State. Like, it's so many moving pieces.
If you're drowning,
yes.
Do you ask for
help? Yes.
Just a little bit more time, or do you go? Are you going to seek action? Go try to find an island, or do you just be like, can I?
If I'm drowning,
if you're treading water,
yes.
Do you like? Do you want more power in your legs to stay afloat, or are you going to go find something?
I'm going to find something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's stop. Let's stop saying, CW could keep our heads above water.
Are you Ray here?
No. I'm Kleovkov and the entire pack.
Okay. Let's see your pack.
NEAC, CS. I thought he was okay. The NEAC, the SEC, the SWAC, and the PHNX. That's your Power 4 right there. The Northeastern Athletic Conference, the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and the Pacific Northwest Athletic Conference.
The PHNX.
What's
the A?
Pacific Northwest Athletic Conference. Athletic Conference.
Okay.
Yeah, like
why is that the? Oh no, I guess they all have the athletic conference.
Not SEC.
Not the
SEC.
SEAC. Give me the SEAC. Southeastern Athletic Conference.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be the SEC, but no one wants to boil a crawfish. That's what I always say.
Is that you're saying?
I want to go to a crawfish bowl So bad. Okay. A nice crawfish bowl.
Don't
you? Have you ever been to one?
Nope, not at all.
My buddy had one in Arizona once. And I was like, ugh.
So what happens to the Virginia schools before we move on
They
from
get
this?
boiled.
They get boiled.
The Virginia schools, they're the ones that move the needle the least. Like,
yeah, they do.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Are they a Big Ten move?
Look, I think what's going to happen with the ACC is I think realistically 2 or 4 teams are going to get poached, and the rest are going to stay in the ACC, and they're going to go pick up
MAC schools
from another. No, stop that. MAC is fine. A team from another conference that is dying, and then we're just going to repeat this cycle of eating each other alive with conferences until
the
eventually
SEC and the Big Ten are huge.
The NEAC. I think that's what happens. I think we get NEAC'd.
We're gonna get NEAC.
Yeah.
The Pac-10.
Dude, bring it back.
Look, I'll say this before we move on from this conversation. I think you are in the next 5 to 10 years going to see college football, specifically in college athletics, look vastly different than they do now. I don't think Arizona State will be in the Pac-10, Pac-12 for the next decade by any means. I think them and Arizona.
I don't think the Pac is going to be alive for a decade.
The Big 12 makes the most sense, but I would not be shocked if you eventually see a scenario where the SEC and the Big 10 are it. They are your giant conferences, and everybody just kind of has to work their way through them. Like the whole geography of it all is not going to really matter too much.
Why? That should matter the most.
It should. I agree. I agree with you. It should. But again, at the end of the day, money rules all here. Like, that's what it's going to happen. They don't really care about the students in the geography of it all.
Like, this is? The
we're playing Monopoly.
No, college football is like Spanish conquistadors. They don't really know where they're going, and they don't care about geography or Christopher Columbus. You can take that too, because he thought he was going somewhere else, and he landed on American soil and was like Indians. And they're like, no, we're Native Americans. Kind of like Christopher Columbus and the Spanish conquistadors. They don't care about geography, and all they care about is money.
Very true.
And
Very
they
true.
Conquer, rule all. Who cares about the people that were here first? Money, gold, riches, El Dorado.
Turkeys.
No turkeys.
No turkeys.
No, there's no turkeys. I saw a turkey in my neighborhood once.
Okay.
Like in North Scottsdale.
Were you high on OGs?
No, I wasn't. But my parents think I was, because they still to this day, it happened about 4 years ago. Don't believe me. It was like in December. So they were like, "Ooh, you think a turkey escaped?"
That's what we need to do. Now, the more that I think about it,
More
I
turkeys?
think we need to get all of these conference commissioners.
Sandwich.
We need to put all of these conference. Hear me out.
Okay.
We need to go to an aquarium.
Dude.
We need to have all of the conference commissioners sit down and be locked in said aquarium.
Battle Royale?
No. Locked in the aquarium, wearing swimsuits and floaties, all of them. And they all need to be high on OGs. And every hour that they take to not get the job done and figure this out, they get another OGs. Every hour on the hour. So
that's not a punishment. I would stay there.
Yeah, but it would make for some great television. People would find a way to watch the Pac-12 network at that point. Are you kidding me?
Why does that have to be the commissioners? Why can't it just be like
random people?
Trenton Bourget and...
Well, there's rules.
there are rules.
Guys, OGs, if you haven't checked them out yet, best scratch-made gummies around.
What about like Trey Holder and Jared Cunningham? Jared Cunningham?
Clint has arrived.
One of my favorite collegiate basketball players of all time. A deep cut Oregon State legend, Jared Cunningham.
Not as legendary as OGs, guys. They've got a bunch of different flavors, a bunch of different kinds. My personal favorite is the Aquaberry Sleep Edition. For me, just because I don't like taking melatonin, makes me groggy in the morning, and I still wake up usually in the middle of the night because, let's be honest, the melatonin doesn't really do the trick. With the Aquaberry Sleep Edition, OG's gummies, you get some really good sleep. You wake up, you're not groggy, and it's not like one of those other like gummies that like feels like you got hit in the face where it hits you out of nowhere. This really eases you into it. And if you're not about the Aquaberry Sleep Edition, they got strawberries and cream. They've got some mixed bags now with the fruits and the creams. Regardless of your flavor, find them at your local dispensary at ogsbrands.com. You do got to be 21 plus to enjoy responsibly.
I'm just watching Jared Cunningham.
He's not joking, Clint. He is currently...
Jared Cunningham used to be one of my I don't know why. I don't know how as a... Shit, how old was I? 10 years. Fucking 15-year-old boy. I was obsessed with this guy. Look at this. I mean, the dude was like, yeah, just a freak.
You were a 15-year-old
boy.
There
you go. There you go. This is the
Cunningham.
highlight. This is the highlight. Sorry, this is terrible audio. But this is what he was talking about. Dunked on Arizona. Bong.
I love those unis.
Boing. Yeah.
He made the bong noise.
Doing. That's the sound of my golf ball hitting a pin at the golf course.
Okay.
Boing.
Boing.
Oh no.
Clap.
You're not going to be there.
Cart. No, unfortunately, I'm not. I've got some business to tend to.
That's okay. We're having a golf tournament, a scramble, some might call it. And Pins and Aces is presenting it. No, not that type of scramble.
Damn.
Guys, May 26th, get your tickets right now.
Get them on
Click the link in the show notes. They are singeing right now. They are so hot.
Oh, shit. Ow, sorry.
Yeah, don't touch them. Go ahead and click the link in the show notes and sign up for Keeping It 100 golf tournament at Dobson Rance on May 26th. That is a week from Friday. Pins and Aces will be there. Prizes, etc. It's going to be so damn fun. And we're having a PHNX Sun Devils team, but without Totri. So
you guys better win for me.
It's going to be me, Conyers, Sean, and then at TBD. We'll see who gets there.
Rondo!
Check out pinsandaces.com and use code PHNX to receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com.
You know what I just realized?
What is your
for everybody on audio that like is not obviously seeing the chat?
They just think we're
just mid ad read, just
insane.
Rondo. Oh my gosh. Okay, we talked about some interesting news. Let's talk about some potentially sad news. Okay, hello darkness, my old friend, Jaz Hill.
No, hello darkness, my old friend. The transfer portal. It's not her fault.
No, you're right. Now, if she opts to use her extra year of eligibility, which again, she does not necessarily have to.
It seems like she's going to do.
Then she will be entering the transfer portal, which means that a staple of ASU softball will not be returning next season. It's a huge loss.
Please, Jaz, don't go to Oklahoma.
Just go to Oklahoma. Honestly, go get your fucking ring. Go get your chip.
Go get your ring somewhere else.
No one's getting a ring other than Oklahoma and UCLA, and we don't want her in conference. We do not want her in Oklahoma. Go to Texas A&M if you have to. Go link up with Trisha.
That's fine.
Go do those things. Go get your chip. Go get another NIL bag. Do what you got to do. Look,
bring the Burrito Express though.
If you weren't familiar with Jaz Hill, right? Let's say I don't want to say you're a normie ASU fan, but let's say you're an ASU fan who didn't necessarily.
You don't frequent softball.
What kind of player and what kind of person was Jaz Hill?
No, I'm laughing.
Why?
Because you made it sound like she died.
Yeah, she's not dying.
Okay. She is this type of player.
Okay.
Yeah. What type of player is she? Would be a better, because was she would mean that she's no longer.
Was she in maroon and gold?
Okay. She once a Sun Devil, always a Sun. I'm just kidding. She at ASU, she was not only a leader, but also one of the driving forces to why ASU's softball team was so good last year.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about clutch. You talk about somebody that just embodies being a Sun Devil. You talk about somebody who was a great interview.
Yeah.
It's Jaz Hill. So
4-year starter. Started every game. You know how crazy it is?
That's
over 4
crazy.
seasons to start every single game. Look, she had a little bit of a rough season this year, but that's not just her. That's really the entire softball team.
Yeah.
When you're starting to rebuild something, it was a little bit tougher than I think everybody had really imagined it being in year one under Megan Bartlett, and that is what it is. But look, the way that this young woman was able to really, her and Yanni, to build a community, I would say, even with ASU softball and Club Farrington, right? Like those two players made you want to go out and watch ASU softball, and you didn't have to know anything about ASU softball. She's one of the few athletes that I've seen at ASU have ties with athletes across the campus, whether it be football team, basketball team, women's basketball team, whatever, right? There were so many athletes out there that supported her and supported ASU softball. They're going to miss what she obviously does on the field, but I think they're going to miss what she does as a leader for this team, right? Again, somebody who has played now for multiple coaches, somebody who has been here and played in high-level softball in a conference that really demands the best. But look, whoever gets her, whether it be in Oklahoma, whether it be at Texas A&M, hoping that it's not somebody in conference, because you don't want to see Jaz Hill multiple times this season, especially against her old team. Like,
I'm making the pain hurt even more.
Are you? Why?
I was looking at Mac Morgan's stats because I was like, why was that team so damn good? Aside from the hitting, I was like, oh yeah,
Mac Morgan.
Mac Morgan was a dog at Texas this year.
You know what also makes it sting
16-3. She went 18-3 to ASU last year. She had 23 starts. I'm sorry, this just really hurts. I'm looking for the strikeouts.
And this is an ASU softball pitcher from last year.
Who was a true freshman last year?
Yeah.
Oh
no, zone in Arizona.
Strikeout 71 for Texas and 75 for ASU. Ha!
Zone in Arizona, bringing up a good point. Like all beloved Arizona players, she's probably going to go sign with the LA Dodgers. Honestly, Jazz, go sign with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. That'd be real awesome. And I'm going to make it sting even worse. Similar to ASU basketball. A couple seasons ago, remember how Kamani scored the final dunk of that season? Or the final points of that season for ASU?
I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, but now that she's entering the portal, her last at-bat was that grand slam that her last run scored was that grand slam that she hit against
her last ribby and run scored was a grand slam against U of A to go up 4-0.
I'll say it one more time. That plane's too low.
That plane is too boof, douche.
That was a Jaz Hill bomb, wasn't it? Yeah.
Douche. There's one more.
Before we move on for ASU softball, the season is officially over for them. Again, you made it sound like I said that she was gone.
She's not. You don't necessarily die when you go to the Hunger Games.
There's a good chance.
There's a really good chance, but you're not dead.
There's only one winner. No.
Yeah, she's the winner.
Will in the chat. Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be too soon. Never bring up Kamani Lawrence again.
Ever? Dude, Kamani's a GOAT.
Yeah, unless you're talking about...
You know what it is?
You've never talked about Kamani Lawrence other than the dunk.
That's not true.
Well, after the dunk, that's all you bring up about Kamani.
What's the dunk?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about? His just 8 points a game?
Yeah, don't talk about him unless you're talking about anything other than the dunk.
Okay, my bad.
It's okay.
Is it? I feel like I need to be better.
I ate a machaca hot burrito just before this.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
How's your tummy?
How's my tummy?
Yeah.
Wondrous.
Oh,
wondrous. Like a little pit of joy.
A little pit of joy. Wait, no, you said it's a pit of joy. I want to touch the pit of joy.
Dog, if I just try to touch your pit of joy.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
You would freak out.
Guys, don't go around touching your... Never mind.
See? Yeah.
No,
see?
You're right. You're right. Check out Burrito Express, guys.
I didn't smack your shit
They
away.
got the best burritos in the valley. They'll have you wanting to give your friends a hug and those burritos some smooches.
They'll make you do this.
They've got Look, I had a burrito for the second consecutive day today. I had the Breakfast Supreme today. It was shmoney. They put smiles on your faces, and they've got locations everywhere. Guys, go check them out and give them a follow on social at Burrito EXP. Do it. Follow them and get those burritos in your pockets.
Burritos in your pockets. Beer in your tummy.
In your pit of joy.
Get it in your pit of joy. Four Peaks. God, they got some good beer.
Yeah, they do.
I'm going to be shotgunning you know what?
I shotgunned a seltzer the other day.
Why?
Oh, it really hurt.
The most shotgunnable beer ever is?
It's a wow.
The Joy Bus Wow. Get in your cup holder. Well, not Four Peaks. Unless it's closed, then you can transport it.
Or if it's a cup holder like in a lawn chair.
Or a more furniture recliner.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive. That's what we're saying.
Max is going to yell at us.
Check out at Four Peaks Brew and at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. But you got to be 21 years or older to drink Four Peaks. And please drink it responsibly. I'm going to be responsibly sipping on some after the Coyotes Arena gets voted yes tonight.
That would be a smart decision. Mm-hmm. Before we get out of here, JJ in the chat, when's Frankie gonna announce he's back? Probably.
You know what's crazy though? Okay, yeah, it's actually different for entering in the NBA draft, but isn't it weird that like we have to get confirmation from players that they're coming back now? It's like they're
you didn't used to have to do that.
No. It's like you just assume they're coming back. And I know this is different because he entered his name into the draft, but he didn't go to workouts.
I would be shocked if he didn't come back. And we'll get to that. We'll get to it as it gets closer.
Screaming, crying, and throwing up.
Screaming, crying, and throwing up. Like your cat this morning?
My cat's sick, guys.
That
hurts.
No, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was
like
just trying to make a correlation.
$280 in the hole right now.
Your cat?
Dog.
Cat.
Yeah, but dog. Animals are expensive as hell.
They are expensive as hell.
My other cat, she has. So I what was this, like probably like 2 years ago? She was having tummy problems. And so I took her in and like, they were like, we don't know what's wrong. We should do blood work. And I was like, yeah, you should do blood work. They did x-rays, blood work. They were like, yeah, she's just got a tummy problem. That's basically what they said. Like, here.
You're like, here, my cat has a tummy problem. Yeah. Tell me what's wrong. They're like, yep, your cat has a tummy problem.
We did blood work. Your cat.
That'll be $400.
No. Oh, that's cute. They was like, your cat definitely has a tummy problem. We did blood work to confirm it. That'll be $1,100.
Oh, no.
And here's food that you have to pay for that is much more expensive than normal food. Oh, and it makes your cat fat.
You don't like fat
So
cat?
now I got a fat cat.
I got a fat cat.
And she just screams at me all day. And that's not the one that's causing me problems right now.
Will in the chat. Frankie has till the end of the month to withdraw his name from the NBA draft. This is true. He does have till the end of May.
He's just waiting to see who gets the #1 pick.
Exactly. Before we get out of here, fun video to show you guys. Oh. When I first saw this, I didn't know it was ASU.
Wait, really?
Yes, I did not know this was.
You showed it to me not knowing it was ASU?
Exactly. I showed it to you not knowing it was ASU. Let's go ahead and play the video for the people in here. If you missed it, Israel Adesanya, when he won his fight, had a ridiculous celebration. And we had an ASU grad just the other day walk across the stage and do the exact same celebration. Pulling out the
what?
The bow and arrow, baby.
I heard lightning.
Lightning?
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
I might have said lightning, to be honest with you. What did you think of that?
I love it.
Did you do anything cool when you graduated?
I didn't walk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why? You like Stetson Bennett?
COVID. No, I graduated. I have a diploma. Promise you that. Yeah. I love it. It's fun. I was going to tell you something, but I can tell you after.
We're going to tell me that BetMGM is giving away free money every Wednesday and Saturday?
What?
Yeah. Every Wednesday.
You know,
Saturday.
when you guys said this the other day, that was a genuine reaction. I didn't know that.
No, yeah. Every Saturday and Wednesday, they are giving folks bonus bets. All you got to do is open the app to claim the bonus, guys. Fans are going to automatically receive that bonus bet upon logging into their account. Now, the bets are going to expire after 72 hours, so don't wait, but it's all
Use
good.
Them.
You got plenty of things to bet on. NBA Western Conference Finals starts
Lakers
tonight.
Plus 6.5.
Dude, that was my pick on bets today.
I don't know if I like it, actually.
Okay, well, the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be starting here soon as well. Guys, look, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live, but for our Arizona audience, you guys are going to get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Again, make sure you use that bonus code PHNX. Check out the show notes for details. And now, guys, we're going to grace you with the vocal cords of the one, the only Shane Doofenshmirtz.
I'm right here.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Shane.
Yeah.
Anything else before we get out of here?
I feel like there is more stuff.
Whoa.
I don't know. What are your Western Conference Finals predictions? What are your Conference Finals predictions?
Lakers in 7, and then go ahead and give me the Heat. Give me the Heat in 7 as well. I think both series go to 7.
I like Heat in 7. I think it's Nuggets in 6, unfortunately.
I don't want the Nuggets, man. I don't want them.
Sadly.
Send them away. Send the Denver Nuggets away.
That's about all I got.
Look, that's going to do it for our show today, guys. If you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You could follow Shane at Shane Deef. And guess what, guys? We are going to be right back here with a snake draft on Wednesday. We're going to be drafting the best duos. Doesn't necessarily have to be athletes. Doesn't necessarily have to be food. Could be literally anything. So, locked in, 2 p.m. tomorrow. But for now, peace.